at you getting out your equipment first thing in the morning.
Well, I got my scales.
Yep.
I'm drawing a planter box.
Thank you.
Yeah.
JB will build it, but he needs sizes.
Yeah.
So you got to draw the plans.
Yes.
That would be helpful. We went down just now a minute ago and we measured the big maple tree pot and the cement area around there and got numbers.
Right.
Which Don's going to do something with.
Right.
We got Panther's pill too.
That's
I snuck up on him because I went down the stairs and came up and it took him off his worry game. All right, well, let me go feed them all now. I haven't fed them yet. They haven't had to wait too long for Mom to get out here with their food. Here's Tuck, Strikes on his walkabout. I don't know what we're doing today. It's Saturday, Father's Day weekend, and Don's in there practicing his drafting skills a bit. It's not horrible, but it's not going to be nice out in the sun. I wore that cute little sleeveless white top yesterday and got a little too much sun on the top of my shoulders while we were walking. Just a little. Hi, Panther. How are you? How are you, buddy? You my good boy? Hi. I don't have to give you another pill. You've already had it. I was hoping he'd be clued in that I wasn't coming out here to do that to him right now, but all the other times I visit during the day, he doesn't seem to associate it, so that's good. That's good. Hi. Hello, sweet girl. How are you? No Johnny this weekend, but he's coming back sooner than later. Yep, he's coming back sooner than later. Don has 2 chaffle egg sandwiches this morning, half the chaffle, and there's onion underneath, and it's a smoky cheddar cheese, bacon, and some Belinsky's sausages on the side, because there's only 4 pieces of bacon there, and that's a little light for Don. So Don did finish the drawing.
Yep.
Just to back up, this is the maple tree at the bottom of the stairs is in this large but not large enough and very crooked planter.
Right.
And the drawing is for JB to cut some wood to assemble basically a planter around the tree after we somehow get the pot cut off of it.
Right.
So that drawing turned out really nice, and I'm going to put up a copy of it. Don does these really nice drafting, drawing things every few years when we have these projects. The last one, I think, was the bench off the back that Tux and I sit on all the time. Yeah. He drew up the plans for that and then cut out the wood and built it. So anyway, I'm excited about that. I try not to come up for too much for the guys to do this time, but the one wood project I was hoping was reasonable.
Sure.
So we got our energy report from Duke for May a few days ago, and Don had to reboot our ScanSnap scanner. We scanned in everything and put it up on Google Drive. Yep. But so tell me a little bit about this thing. It always upsets me because it tells, even though they've asked if we have an EV now, which 5 years ago they didn't care, they still tell us we're horribly inefficient.
Right. Well, it does. The graph here is very nice from the standpoint for May. It said that our
green is off peak.
We paid we spent, is that 83 or 93? $93.
God, between the two of us and our glasses, yeah. Yes, $93 for 984 kilowatts off peak.
884, but yeah. Anyway.
Yes.
And well,
discount is $56 and 821 kilowatts.
So almost the same, but significantly less. So that's the discount is, well, basically with taxes, just under 7 cents a kilowatt.
And it's like 12 cents for
closer to 13.
Yeah, with tax, it keeps on going up a fraction of a penny. And then on peak, we spent $30, 110 kilowatt hours. So basically what this tells you is we have moved almost everything off of on peak, the most expensive. How much? That's 27 cents a kilowatt hour now?
Yeah, plus tax. It's like, it's probably very close to 30 cents, 29, 30 cents a kilowatt.
Yeah, we're talking some serious coin now for that on peak,
with tax,
even compared to what it used to be for us. So,
that's right.
Well, I know other places around the country would kill for electric prices that low, but for us, it keeps on going up too, just like everywhere else.
Yeah, well, the on peak, there's about all we can do because we're going to be. I'm not going to sit here. I might sit here and be cool and put on clothes, but this is summer, and I don't sit around hot. So that we run the air conditioner. We don't crank it down, but we don't turn it off.
Well, it's on 76.
Yeah, well, we set the air conditioner a little higher.
A lot of people think they're already suffering if they're in our house at 76 degrees.
That's right. Well, when she's out there in the kitchen cooking, the 76 does get to be an issue because the kitchen gets really hot. But we already turn off the water heater during peak. We turn off the dehumidifier during peak. We turn off the air conditioner in the garage during peak. We turn off the dehumidifier in the garage during peak.
We don't charge the cars during peak.
We obviously don't turn. But what I'm saying is we do everything we can. The big driver is obviously the air conditioning, and the other thing that does hit kind of hard is the cooking, because we almost always cook between 6 p.m. and 9 p.m.
Yeah, if I can get the prep work done before 6, that's good, but a lot of times I've still got to do the actual cooking.
And that means turn the oven or a couple burners on, or the toaster oven. So we, and heating our food, we don't use a microwave, so it takes quite a bit.
I used to gas grill a lot. I know y'all don't believe it, but I really used to gas grill a lot. And several things have stopped me from doing that. It was a little disruptive to Panther. It's on the back porch, our front porch, it's covered, but it's walking through the house with the food, and the grill's currently not working well. Again, like we've been through several grills, like the regulator, it won't get hot enough to cook the food properly. So I kind of gave up, and then I got into cast iron skillets instead, and so I just don't grill much anymore. I don't think we miss it that much. I'm able to do the shish kebabs in the oven.
Yeah, I agree. It's less work on her.
Yeah, it's probably less work, and for the amount of extra whatever, it just isn't worth it.
Right. So, as I told Marianne, we're pretty much doing everything we can do without actual, uncomfortable. We certainly are cognizant of our energy use during peak. We just don't. It's not laissez-faire. We definitely focus on, well, do we really need, or at least I mention it, and Marianne has always been very cooperative about the peak. I mean, I just tell her, if you need to cook, but don't run the dryer.
Right. I'm allowed to wash clothes if I have a washing emergency, but don't start the dryer until after 9 p.m. That's right. I'm trained. I'm good. I'm along for the ride.
Right.
And I know a lot of our friends have stopped doing time of use now because it's not saving us. It was saving a good penny when we started.
Yeah.
And they've made it less and less worth our time since then. But Don and I just like the extra added challenge of staying in the time of use line, so we've not turned it off.
Right. And I do feel that with the EVs, and if maybe now that we're not driving very much.
Right, if our driving bumped back up, it would matter more again.
It would matter more.
Yeah, our driving being lower is not mattering as much.
That's right. That's exactly correct. So if we drove more miles, then it would be way more important. It'd start kicking in again. But we could probably go back to flat rate, and it would probably not be a significant issue. But I think I've mentioned, I believe, flat rate is going to go away. I think it's going to start being phased out next year, 2025 or 26. It has been I have read some stuff from the Public Utilities Commission in North Carolina that, if I understood what I was reading, that everything's going to go to time of use. Now, you may not go to time of use demand, but you're going to go to time of use. And you are going to pay more for peak. They are going to stick it to you during peak. They don't care how much you use off peak or discount, but they're going to make sure that they get their peak money, because that's where the hardship with them. That's where the hardship really is.
Yeah, I just want to say, if you want to reach Don to interact with him, he's on Twitter.
Yeah.
Don_@Don_ at at Don_NC. Yeah. Well, plus maybe you could find him finding TeslaModelXJourney and him commenting down there or something. He's not on Facebook a lot, and I say that to say that in the Facebook groups there are a lot of people saying the increases in the Duke energy bills are now really causing them some hardship in paying their bills. I'm seeing it every day out there.
Yeah. Now, an electric car or just in general?
Nothing to do with electric cars. Just normal household. Oh my God, why is my bill this much more? I can't afford this. This is too much for us. We're already not doing this, and this. And a couple of people, I think, had happened what we had happen, where Duke didn't take out the automatic payment at the right day of the month. Right. And then Duke had the bill shifted or something, and you got billed for two months at one time.
That's right.
Duke cannot do that to people. People have $300 bill, and all of a sudden it's $600 or $200 and it's $400, and you're on a fixed income. They cannot do that to people. I mean, even over at my other house working for IBM, I did the equal payment plan so I wouldn't get surprises during peak heat and peak cold.
Right.
I have to say that it didn't work out at all, and I ended up owing $400 at the end of the year one time, and that was upsetting. I think it happened around Christmas time, and then Duke wanted me to make up for their poor calculation or my increased usage or whatever it was. But I would just say the temperature of how people are feeling about their Duke bill is they're pretty darned upset now. They're starting, the increases in the rates are really starting to affect people's spending. But
renewables are cheaper.
Stop. I knew you were going to turn it into that. I understand. But anyway, it's sort of hard to see people struggling with, I guess, there's been quite a few of how do I know if my bill's right and how do I know what's making my bill so high? And I realize how lucky I am that I understand it more than most because you understand it so well, and it kind of osmosis, it sort of moves in my direction. Yeah. But you manage all of that for us. You would know if it changed. You would know you would know why it changed. You would be all over it. And these poor people, sometimes I want to tell them, because you're so good at it, redact the personal information and send me your bill, because you're asking questions that no one can answer without looking at your bill. Right. Are you time of use or not? How much on peak did you, there's all these questions. Nobody can tell you about your bill. Like, I think you could be making money as a consultant for people. I'll read your bill and give you some insight for $50. Send me your data for 2 or 3 months. I mean, I think there's a need out there. All these people, and it's not always women, but it's often women. Why explain this to me? And I want to tell them, A, they need Dawn, and B, they need you can't explain it without the bill or this report or something, some data. You need data points to explain it.
Right. Well, in the past, this hasn't been particularly helpful.
Right.
I thought that this new chart here was helpful, and the more important is this little chart back here, although they didn't do a good job with the colors. This chart, people don't understand. They flat come out and say you'll spend 2.64 times more for energy during peak. So in other words, if you want to pay more, just keep using it between 6 and 9 p.m. and they'll be glad to charge you 2.64 times. What I'm trying to say is they clearly graph out the hours, because they do make it confusing. There's basically four plans through the year. There's times when they change the hours, and there's times when they change the rates. Yeah,
just to confuse things more, the hour change and the rate change don't line up. Yeah, there's a summer and a winter hours, and there's a
winter and summer rate,
or a spring and fall rate change or something, because it's not at the same time. Yeah, we have charts I've showed them before in the kitchen and in the laundry room. So if you're confused, Marianne, about whether you're allowed to start the dryer or not. For me in the summer right now, it's easy. 6 to 9 at night. Don't do anything you don't have to do. It's a little more complicated in the winter, and we had this middle of the night charging window, and Yeah. Anyway, so our friend Joe, we were at his house doing the on-the-ground solar layout.
Yeah.
He said for the first time ever, he got that energy report you just had in your hand, and he wasn't an inefficient household. Because first time ever, because he has a Tesla too. And
this is us.
Right.
We're boo-hiss people.
Yeah, we're over half of what they think our neighbors.
Double, triple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're triple the average.
And the sad thing of it is that, well, A, we told them we have an EV, and number two is we have a hybrid electric water heater.
Right.
You know, we've done all of these things to use less that other people haven't even dreamed of, and they still tell us we're not good.
They did add the profile. They only were.
Oh, they show it.
Well, wait a minute now. Let me just finish. That we've completed a couple of them, but the other areas or categories we've not completed it according to them. I didn't say that we didn't do it, but they're not using significant amounts of the properties that they have to adjust your usage. In other words, their modeling has incomplete data, and they're saying we should go out there and add more data so their modeling will be a little bit more accurate. We feel like we've gone out there and put it in there several times.
Yeah, how many more times do you want us to do it?
Exactly. And so that's the difference here.
Well, hopefully the modeling will get better over time. And I try to ignore, like you said, there is some useful information on there now, but I try to ignore the inefficient part because... Yeah,
you bad person. Good person.
I would like my energy company to have enough energy that they want me to use all the energy I want to use.
Well, in actuality, that would be their goal too. They would like that.
Well, they try to pretend like they don't want us to use energy.
They want you to use more. But they'd like you to use it at a very consistent state.
When it's good for them.
What's good for them.
Yeah,
that's right.
Exactly. The Starry Night telescope set also had this little, looks like a Jeep with a, I don't know, a scientific station and a camper trailer behind it and a little tent thing, and I'm going to go ahead and put that together. I'm waiting for the shade to come around in the front yard so I can go mow. I do like set 42603 Stargazing, a friend's set with Nova and, what is the other girl's name? See, there's Nova and Aaliyah. I do like it. One of the coolest things about it is the pop-up tent. So, I'm just having trouble doing it left-handed. You unfold it, and it can still be on top of the Jeep. And with the ladder, you know, coming down, it's pretty cool. Of course, I did this part last night. But the thing I don't like about it is there's not one printed piece. Not even the Stargazing book, which, yeah, here we go, left-handed again. Let's see which side comes open. There we go. There's a Stargazing book in here. This piece is loose. They make a clear one that I put in Nova's hand up on top of that other building that we put in this curio cabinet last night. They make a really nice one, yet in this set it's just all stickers. I'd have gladly paid $5 more for the set if it had been all printed pieces and not this sticker stuff, or at least the planets that went in the star field had been printed pieces. But I do like it. It's pretty cool. This is a real piece of fabric, and I like the fabric over the plastic. The plastic ones, when you find them used, is usually not as nice. So Don's trying to save himself a new oscillating sprinkler.
That's right.
I've got the one in my Amazon cart, baby. I'm ready to go.
I know you are, girl. I know my girl is.
Well, I'm gonna go mow. Wish me luck.
It's hot out there, sweetheart.
Yeah, I know.
Well, there's how to save 20 bucks from 25 bucks. I just took it apart. Nothing was broken. The worm grill that actually drove the arm that moves it back and forth, that one was gunked up, and I blasted it with the WD-40 and got it moving pretty smooth. So I think it's doing pretty well now. So hopefully this thing will give her many years of service. and because it's well made, it's all aluminum. There's the impeller gears were nylon and stuff like that, but this thing is well made. And the little black knob on the end, on the right end there, comes out, and it's got a little cleaning tool which I use to clean the holes, which I thought was pretty handy. I didn't know that, but Marianne showed me that one on Amazon, and it had a included cleaning tool, but I don't know that it's screwed into the end like that. It's really handy. You can't lose it that way. You are looking at the easiest hole ever dug by Don Miller, right there.
No rocks, no roots, nice loose soil. It's because that tree maybe helped bring up, I don't know.
Yeah, all the above. I just said I barely hit anything. It was like boom, 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 and I was done. Yay. And so,
Hi.
yeah, my girl, she's working way too hard. It's plenty warm out here. It's not humid.
It's not too bad. Yeah, well, the humidity, lack of humidity is actually sucking the water out of the plants and things I water. It's kind of like a double whammy. No rain and low humidity. That's not a good combo.
Yeah, I agree.
So the Wegella's going in here.
A Wahula?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
We planted the blood good Japanese maple. In trouble, guys. He's his old driveway and it's nothing but rocks. See, I would probably increase the size of the perennial border over there, but any coming this way would be where the old driveway was, and it's just nothing but rock. And I guess I probably picked the absolute worst. He's even got, what is that thing in your hand?
Oh, crowbar.
Crowbar. Oh, goodness.
Well, I could go get my pick, but the truth be told, it's just, you know, I'm trying to be as precise as possible, and I could sit on my ass down here and plug away at it.
Okay. The nice guy that came to mow Blake's yard, he did the non-mailbox side.
Aw, that was nice.
Yeah, he had that big lawnmower. He just knocked that right. I'm afraid up there mostly what they got's weed eating, but they're working on it. I just prepped the shrimp and green onion and stuff to make the garlic shrimp. I wanted to show you that Don had set this plant up here and moved the hose reel back out of the way. And it's ready, huh? Okay, cool. Well, I just finished meal prep. Told him I'd be back to help him put it in the ground. But if he wanted to eat, I needed to go get the shrimp ready. Wow, you made it look like there's actually good dirt down there.
Yeah, well, I used the big
big sifter and then the little sifter.
So that's like powder.
Yay! Yeah. So it's about half the nice sifted soil and half the Miracle Grow topsoil stuff. Oh, Don did a generous hole considering the digging conditions over here. This is Flamethrower Redbud, and we left the nursery stick on for a month, and then we'll probably take it off, but it's, you know, we don't want it to get too tight. We put our stick in there too.
Yeah, because it's actually exceeded the height of the nursery stick.
Yep.
And so we tied it up.
Yep.
Top doesn't droop because we want it to get tall.
Yep, I look
I
for.
don't want a bush, I want a tree.
Right. Yep. Come on, Tux, let's go, bud. Come on. Come on. Aw, that's my buddy. Stripes around the corner too. So we got dirt and rocks under the old pool over here, kiddie pool.